With communication, I think there comes another caveat that most people don't really talk about: expectations. Because there is communication, but if you set certain expectations within yourself on your partner, then suddenly now, if that doesn't follow through, then there could be a problem, or there could be some challenges or disappointment. It's like, no, meet your partner where they're at. Just take it at face value. That's my advice. I've learned that in the past, and I think it's gone really well with the two of us. Being long distance, I think that presents its own set of challenges, which obviously we're working to fix, but I think that as long as the communication is there by saying, hey, I'm here to listen to you and not just have you say something for me to respond. I think that's what a lot of people do as well. Because there's that, like I said, it goes back to that expectation, right? And it's like, I'm communicating with you because you didn't do what I think I wanted you to do. Versus, no, I want to seek understanding as far as, where it is you're coming from, and so I can find a solution to meet you where you're at, if that makes sense. And that's how I feel.
I think it's something that I posted the other day too, is like active listening. So active listening is really listening to your partner instead of, them just talking and you already formulating your response in your brain. You're not listening to them, right? So if you're already thinking in your brain, you're already going to respond to the first sentence, you're not hearing the rest of what they're saying, right? So, but he's awesome to communicate with. The other day, I was having a really awful day. As you guys know, my skin cancer is like just not being very nice. And so when I went into the doctor, I was expecting to get an excision and 8 biopsies, but they said I couldn't get any of it because I developed MRSA in one of my excisions. So that was just a hot mess, and then she brought up chemo again, so I was a wreck. So the only person I wanted to talk to was him, and I called him, and he probably thought, my gosh, this girl's nuts. But he was so patient and so understanding and so reassuring and so just like, babe, I'm not going anywhere. We got this. We'll get through it. It's okay to have your feelings. I get it. It's just going to be a bad day. Tomorrow will be better. He was awesome. So, it's just really being there for your partner. But he listened. He listened to what I had to say. He heard what I had to say. He heard how I was feeling, and he honored that and didn't try and fix anything. He was just there. He was just there for me.
And I think also a really big point of communication is lead with respect. There comes a point where, and it's funny because it's almost a slippery slope, because we like to, in everybody's relationship, everyone likes to start out with, a little bit of roasting here, poking fun at your partner, and, a little bit of teasing is okay. But then it turns into, well, that can escalate. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in my own life, in my own experiences, in my past relationships, that it turns from being just simple, playful banter to now it's disrespectful. And I think you need to walk that fine line of, maintaining the communication is key, but also maintaining a level of respect for one another is absolutely important. Because then now things you say can chip away at the foundation of your relationship, and it can never be regained. It's just like taking a chisel and just chipping away at that stone, and eventually it weakens everything.
Playfulness should never be jabbing. It should never be taking a jab at someone or be condescending to someone.
Or passive aggressive.
Absolutely. Or putting them down. It should never. If it's playful fun, it's funny, but then it also is the responsibility of the other person that if that is bothering them, that they speak up about it.
Absolutely.
So that because that other person might not know. They might think, oh, well, they're laughing it off, so it might be funny. They might think it's funny. If they don't know what they can change, or they don't know what they can stop doing unless they're told what bothers the other person. So it's all about just that active listening and communication and, respect.
I want to button it up by saying too that you learn a lot in a new relationship, not when things are golden and rainbows. I think that everyone can take a note when they're starting out in a relationship that the true test of whether or not a person is communicating properly, or how that person, the essence of that person, is when things are going sideways, they're having a bad day, excuse my French, but shit's just hitting the fan. And when that happens, how they handle that in conjunction with being in a relationship with you tells the story, because it shows the level of where their mindset's at and whether or not that person will crack under pressure, or if things are going to happen where they want to throw in the towel or they want to quit. It says a lot about someone. And I'm not saying create drama, but I'm saying, just maybe keep an eye out and watch what happens when things don't add up or go that person's particular way, because it does really make a difference as to whether or not that person has the right mindset.